Hey everyone, Antonio here, or also known as Big T X Heli, and I kind of want to show you guys something new I recently bought. I believe this is going to be almost my second week owning the Futaba 18MZ. For you guys that are not familiar with the 18MZ, it's pretty much the newest and hottest radio out in the market. Has built-in camera. You guys heard right. It has built-in camera. Enables you to take pictures of your model, so not only can you name them but also now take pictures of them. You can load music as well in the radio and play the music from there. It has an audio jack. It's a very advanced radio, and I had previously been flying JR slash Spectrum. I actually still have my 11X, JR 11X, and I had been a Spectrum guy and JR ever since Spectrum came out, and that's all I had ever ran. And recently this radio was released, I want to say about a year ago, or going on a year, not exactly sure on the date, but ever since it released I kind of had my eye on it. It looked like a great radio to own, but was kind of afraid on making the switch. You know, I know that Futaba and JR, they're similar programming, but the menus are, you know, obviously different. So I was kind of afraid on making the switch, buying more receivers, buying different receivers, and so on and so forth. But I did the jump, and kind of before I begin this video, I want to give a big thank you to RC Depot. It's a local hobby shop down here. For you guys that are in Southern California, you can check them out. They're in Westminster. You can go on their website, rcdepot.com. For you guys that are out of town, not here from California, be sure to check out their website. Once again, rcdepot.com. They offer a great support of Horizon product, you know, some great plane stuff. They offered, you know, just some very good stuff. They're pretty much a helicopter-based hobby shop. So anything helicopters, they pretty much got it. I'm sure they carry Align helicopters. You know, they carried quite a few brands out on the market. But like I said, I want to thank RC Depot for taking care of me on this new Futaba 18MZ. So enough with me blabbering here, talking about me making the switch. I'm sure you guys want to see the actual product. It comes with the case. The case is included, the standard Futaba aluminum case. Really nice. It's heavy duty. It looks like it's built very well. And that's what you get. Let me open her up. So you open your radio up and you're quickly greeted with obviously the radio. Sits here. You have a little to clean your screen, little cloth. You have a stylus, which you do not need, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but this radio is touchscreen. The touchscreen is very sensitive in a good way, meaning you don't have to press down on the screen to get it to work. But let's say you don't want to use your finger one day, you can use a stylus. Not only can you use your finger and the stylus, you can also put in a mouse, whether it's wireless or your standard USB. And you guys heard right, you can hook up a mouse to this thing. Let's say one day you don't feel like using your stylus or using your finger. The mouse is a lot quicker, and it works great. I actually programmed plane on here, which was the first model I programmed just to kind of get familiar with the software, or with the new radio. And it comes with a Futaba strap. It's actually in my car. It doesn't come with this strap. This is my Pure Tech strap. You are also provided with a receiver. This is the Futaba R708 SB, and it is the fastest, which is the newest one. It's S-Bus as well compatible. Once again, high voltage, so you get one of these. You get a heavy duty, or what seems to look like a heavy duty on and off switch. I mean, this thing is heavy duty. It's a lot bigger. You can see it's a lot bigger than your standard on and off switch. And you get a manual that, oh, it's almost a Bible. I mean, this thing is, yeah, there's quite a bit of pages, and this is all in English. It's not like you get all the different languages. This alone is just English. You also get a little protective binder, so you can put it in. And what I like is these pages are removable, So let's say Futaba comes out with an update or something changes, you can easily remove that page and include a different page. When I got this radio, I sat down, went through the manual for a good 2 hours before actually turning on the radio, just to kind of get myself familiar. I like to do that with chargers, pretty much anything. I like to do that just to get familiar with the product. So you get that. Let me tuck this in. And here, let me move the case kind of out of the way. Here you get the radio. I recently purchased a screen protector from rcdepot.com, and that is rcdepot.com. They have quite a bit of screen protectors, and I mean, if you're going to make an investment like this, you know, might as well protect it. And nothing better than you know, a screen protector. But here's the radio. Its gimbals are extremely smooth. For you guys that haven't picked up one of these, I'd highly recommend going to your local hobby shop and just feeling it. The gimbals are super smooth. You have tons of switches, levers, more levers, as well as here on the top. Well, actually these two are one. You have these switches that tuck in, or dials that tuck in. When you're not using them, you can put them back. Like I said, they're dials. They're fully proportional. Every switch, dial on this or lever on this radio is proportional, fully programmable. You can pretty much program anything you want it to do. One thing I like is they're letters. They're not named like aileron, dual rate, or none of that. So you can pretty much put anything anywhere. Is pretty much what I like. So to turn on the radio, you have two switches here. You can press either or to turn on. To turn off, you have to press them both simultaneously. It's kind of like a safety feature. So let's say when you're flying, you accidentally hit one, it won't turn off. You must hit both of them. But to turn on, you only have to hit one. Oh, there we go. Didn't hit it hard enough. But boot up is pretty quick on this radio. Actually, yeah, I've noticed the first boot up takes a little bit longer, but after that, it's very quick. And there we go. You can see here, I already have a model hooked up to it. It's Cherokee. I have my name, you know, different flight conditions, as you're going to see right now. That is normal flying, right up here, normal flying, full throw, landing, as well as taxi. So it's just flight conditions is something I was, you know, not familiar with, especially with the JR, but I'm completely familiar with now, and I'm kind of glad they included that. You have your timers here. When you're flying, I like to hit home 2 button. Just, oh, screen's locked. I like to hit the home 2 button just to get a full screen of my timers. Timer starts here with the throttle, then turns off there. Now let me go back here. So you have timers there. This is fully back compatible, so every receiver they offer, it can be ran with this radio. So you have your date, hours of operation, hours on the model. These, I believe these are the total hours on the radio, and these here are the total hours on this model. You got your trims. Pretty much anywhere you touch on this radio, you can go to a menu. Let's say I touch here my plane. That's a picture of it as well. And you have just a lot of menus, as you can see. More menus. And you know, you have your dual rate, you know, for throttle. Obviously here for taxis, you can see I'm in the taxi flight condition. My throttle only goes up so high, so even if I do go full throttle, it's not going to go full throttle. You have that, and just, I mean, there's quite a bit of menus, as you guys can see. We've got a few more menus here, a little bit more there. Data reset, model select, model type, pictures I have, sub trim, endpoint, just so you guys can get a picture of the menus and kind of what they look like. servo reverse. You know, system, your time and date, your camera, switches, pretty much anything. I mean, this radio will pretty much do. And like I said, at first it was you know, it took a while to kind of get familiar with this radio. I will admit that it took me about 4 to 5 hours of messing around with it, and I purposely programmed one of my Cherokee by Great Plains. It's a little nitro I have. I programmed that before I program my big 3D planes or my helicopters, just so I can make sure I'm familiar with the radio and the, you know, the menus and everything. And I mean, the plane flew. It flew great. It came back in one piece, so I'm assuming I did it right. One thing I did notice right off the bat is the resolution on this radio. It honestly felt my high-tech 311 and 425 servos feel like digital servos. I'd previously flown them on another radio, and the plane didn't track that good, and I had thought it's because they were analog servos. But this radio, it honestly felt them, or made them feel as if they were digital servos, and I'm not kidding on that. Stock on this radio is a lithium polymer battery, which hides up in there. That USB port I was talking about, where you can hook up a mouse, is right there. It's a 2-cell 3700 LiPo, if I'm correct. I believe I'm correct on that one. And I mean, it's a great radio. Like I said, it's very programmable. I'm very happy I purchased it, and once again, thank you, RC Depot, for making this possible. And I think that's it for today's video. I'm still kind of getting familiar with the programming. If you guys have any questions on the radio, maybe you own the radio and have questions on a certain menu that you can't understand, I can try my best to help you out, as like I said, I'm still learning it myself. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions about this radio or anything RC, please be sure to comment below. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time.